7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hey guys, welcome to the stream. Yes, we're starting a bit early because if you read the header, this is going to be the last live stream for the next few weeks. I mean, be 13, I don't know how many days until FM26 drops. Yes, I plan to focus on doing a few things before FM26 launches, and that's going to take a fair bit of effort. Yeah, my plans for FM26 are, of course, to get ready for the series. We'll be playing FM26. And of course, there are some small little things as well that I have to do.
Hi, how are you?
The guides as well, they got to be done. Hey, Maximovic, how are you, man? And Godspurs, welcome to the stream, guys. Thing is, right, there's so much to do. Right? I'll give you just a bit of an idea of what I've been doing in the last couple of days. Nerero Rocco, AC Milan Benfica champions. Those days it was called the European Cup. Had to go and basically watch the game again. It was in Italian, black and white TV, man. Yeah. And how about the Copa Libertadores final between Boca and that happened in 2018. I had to watch that as well. So yeah, a lot of watching the shows and also trying to understand what the coaches are doing. Of course, I wasn't there, and I have to basically use a lot of tools to extract information about the statistics and stuff. So there's a lot of preparation work, because what I want to do for FM26 is, first up, I know most people come to this channel because of tactics, understanding tactics. That's the principal reason why most of you are here, plus to hang out with an old fogey like me. Yeah, cool, thank you very much, I love you too. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and break those systems down, because I appreciate the fact that many of you find that interesting. So for example, Manchester City's tactical system has evolved, right? Last year, they had a bit of a bad spell. Basically down to two things. First up, the main reason is that system that he was using, Pep Guardiola, it really depends on a lot of creative players and certain quality of intensity. That team was aging, plus they had injuries to Rodri and a loss of form to quite a few of those creative players, which meant that they had a really hard time playing the system that he had, that strict positional system that he's using, which meant that he had to go into the transfer market. And, there's so many things that have changed. I mean, he's basically told Edison, he signed Edison because he liked to have a keeper that's good with his feet. Then he signs Gianluigi Donnarumma, who was released from PSG because he wasn't very good with his feet, but he's an excellent shot stopper. So his strategy has changed, and I want to try and explain that in an article that I'm writing. Naturally, this isn't me, the football analyst. I'm not a football analyst. There are other analysts out there. So there's a lot of information that I go to sites like Mastermind site, even Total Football Analysis, that was actually started by a former football manager veteran himself. I go to websites like FBref. I go to there are lots of places that I go to check information on. And I use tools that help me. I do use AI, definitely. Okay, I use tools to basically funnel all the information to me. It saves me a lot of time. And then I also do my own searches. So that takes a lot of time. And, you have to not only read what's up there, but you've got to decide whether or not it agrees with me. I need to agree with that statement too. So where I agree, it's easy. Where I don't agree, a lot more work goes into that. So it takes a lot of time. It can't be done overnight. And ask for people to give me ideas of what they want to see. And some of you have come up with some interesting systems. One of you came up with a Catanaccio system, the doorbell system that Rocco used with his AC Milan side way back in the 60s. Or is it 70s? 70s, right? That was when they had Gianni Rivera as their most creative influence. Yeah, that's the rock what I'm talking about. So that was one. And then of course we have the most interesting one that I received was Sam Allardyce, Bolton. I was like, what? Of course, then we've got the ever-changing evolution of Diego Simeone. He's no longer playing his straight jacket style of football. He's now got so many rotations you can't keep track. So that also has to be covered in the new series. So all that and more will be coming in FM26 from me. Yeah, I'm going to explain all these tactics in a guide, and I'm going to try and do videos for them as well. And then this is the challenge that I'm going to put this to these guys on our Discord. I'm going to write some of these guides out, but it won't be a tactic. Because you guys are so good now, you can do it on your own. Why should I be helping you, man? There's no more spoon feeding from me. Hey, I'll write everything down. I'll do all this. I'll do it in a similar structure, so that it's consistent. You know, like it's like, all right, I give you the recipe, and then after that, I give you another way of doing the recipe. No. It'll be like the same structure. I will do it like, you know, the philosophy behind the system. I won't say too much. Okay. So yeah. So how far have I gotten so far? I started this project a few weeks ago, like before FM26 was even a thing for me. That was I've done and you guys were there for Hansi Flick, right? So we did a live stream for Hansi Flick. So Hansi Flick is in there, Diego Simeone is in there, City is in there, Sam Allardyce is in there. I took Allardyce West Ham. I just heads up to whoever asked for Allardyce, you asked for Bolton, I'm giving you West Ham. So that's Sri Akal, DJ Ra. Now you, man. Maximovic, you're fine. Now eating. Must take my son to school in 1 hour. Okay, I saw one and then I didn't see the hour. The hour was so far away. Well, yeah, I know the feeling when sending the kids to school. Normally the missus sends them to school so that I can sleep. Because I normally finish what I'm doing at 4 a.m. in the 5 a.m. in the morning. Like today, I was so tired when I woke up, my whole neck couldn't move. Yeah, so I've been spending a lot of hours writing, which is cool. I like writing. I enjoy writing. So, and sometimes, yeah, I do once in a while, even some of my YouTube videos, right? I get the AI to write the script because I'm lazy. But most of the other videos, I actually write the script myself. Yeah, you got tools, use them, right? Ooh. I'm like the kind of guy that doesn't believe in not embracing technology. I've been embracing technology ever since I was in secondary school, man. I used technology to actually cheat on exams when it was even before it was a thing. I remember bringing in a calculator, okay, for an examination, and this is the first time they had programmable calculators, so it wasn't a thing yet in schools, so they didn't know what a programmable calculator could do. So I went home and I sat down there and I went like, this is cool, man. Maybe I can program all the formulas inside here. And then when I go for my tests, my physics and my math, all I need to do is to verify my answers. So I can get the answer and work backwards. That's so cool. So I did everything in there and I brought it to the halls with me and I sat down and yeah, it worked. So yeah, I've embraced technology ever since I was a kid. I'm not going to walk away and say, you shouldn't be using it. I'm good. Dude, you should use it intelligently. That's one my point, okay? So some of these guides, no, the videos are definitely done by me. As in, I have to actually know what I'm talking about. Yeah, because I got to apply into Football Manager. But stuff like extracting FBref's data, yeah, I got no time to do that, no. I just extract first, scrape it, then after that go verify it at FBref because the first job has been done. So that's how I use data, in case you guys are wondering. Okay? Shaw973, thank you for resubscribing to Prime. Shaw973, thank you once again for being the eyes of the channel. It was you, was it, that found out Joey Does Smash was being used by someone else in their submission to another channel for his tactic? He made a couple of TI changes and that was about it. I actually went to watch the video. I didn't mind so much. I mean, this kind of things actually happen. Yeah. That wasn't you? Okay, all right. Somebody else did it. I mean, it's cool, man. Somebody out there is such a cool dude. Okay, that's nice. Kachinga silumba. I took one to a history exam and all my bullet points or topics are, you see? That was the thing before it was ready, So it should embrace technology. Okay, so the plan for Football Manager is going to be simple. I'll have the guide out. I'll do videos. There's going to be a lot. But before we jump into that, guys, any chance we get a beta next week? Waxa Madikso, I don't speak for SI. Yeah, and I can't speak on behalf of SI or anything that I might have done in the last couple of weeks. Yeah, so all I can say is it's not possible. I don't think it's likely that a beta is coming. I know there's a lot of talk and people have been going to the AI to go like, oh, what does this mean? The updates to the files for Football Manager on Steam. Some of you are familiar. You can check the files getting updated, right? That has got nothing to do with us. That's the you see, they have already installed the game, so to speak, right? So what happens is that they are in the office as well. They might be debugging the system. They might be checking. So those are updates that are going into the system there. So don't get too excited, really. The hype train has left the station, man. How's that? Ooh la la. Thank you very much. So I don't think it's gonna happen. Yeah. So yeah, I doubt it. I don't think it's gonna happen. But surprisingly, some of you guys who are on Game Pass, apparently you could have preloaded you could have pre-installed the game yesterday. I don't know whether it's been stopped, but Microsoft, the idiots, it's Microsoft. It's got nothing to do with SI, right? Its Game Pass is entirely from Microsoft. So they actually can see the file structure as well, but I don't think that's supposed to be a thing. Yeah, so I don't think SI was too happy about that. Yeah. The early access, the early access is gonna be on the same day, I think. Yeah, I don't think the early access. I for one think early access will drop on the 21st. That's my pick for the date. Yeah, so I think that's when it's gonna land. Anyway, so what we're gonna do today, before anything else, we're gonna talk about SI's latest announcement, right? So they just made a interesting announcement, and if you look at the announcement, right, it comes down to the fact that they've just introduced something very new, right? The best, and I'm wondering if this is the best feature of FM26. Guys, I think this could be the best feature of FM26. Okay, that's me. I am the best feature of FM26. I pressed the wrong button. I had to think of something witty to say. Instead, oh no, I pressed the wrong button. Look at this. So this came out on their blog yesterday. There's going to be a new recruitment TransferRoom. Basically, TransferRoom is a company that's tied up with Sports Interactive. Okay. We saw TransferRoom last season. If you go into FM24, there is an option for you to use TransferRoom to sell one of your players, but it was very basic. There was nothing else in there. But TransferRoom is actually a company that exists, and clubs can actually use it to basically, it's a marketplace for your players, right? So the same feature is coming to Football Manager. Now, I'm going to go through this and tell you what this all means. Okay. So you see this navigation bar? This replaced what they initially wanted FM25 to look like. Remember they had the another WhatsApp idea. So this is a throwback to making it familiar for existing players, right? So it just means that it just looks like we've got a UI, slight change to UI for FM26. But if you look very carefully, looking at this, you can see the bar here. This is taking us to the recruitment window, which is where we've got player database, which is our current scouting page, right? Where you get all the players there. Player recommendations. This is gonna come from your your recruitment focuses. The first page we go to the scout, we get the first page where the coaches give us all their recommendations. That's probably the list. Then these are recruitment focus, so we can set things up. Short list, of course, squad plan and transfer activity is quite obvious. And more probably is a drop down for other stuff related to maybe standard pages, right? I don't know what standard pages these could be. Here, of course, your bookmarks, right? So this is most likely I don't know what this is. Competitions, I guess. This is this looks like tactics. This looks like the squad. This looks like a messages. This looks like a search. So all these are your bookmarks. So every time you click on one of these, you go to somewhere. And this is, of course, the calendar. Now, this is definitely hot linkable. Anytime you see a box around it, it's bound to be hot linkable. It's like the old code for hyperlinks, right? Every time you see a box like this, recommendations, is hyperlinkable. Meaning, if you click on that, it takes you to another page. So this is definitely taking us to another page. This is taking us to another page. These are tabs. You see, there's going to be a difference, right? You look at it, right? It's not very clear straight away, but I think I'm so used to these kind of things right now. So this is like a hyperlink box. The font is slightly different. You see, it's clearer, the color. Of course, these kind of things can change, right? You never know. And all these, I think, I don't know if this is going to be hyperlinkable, but I suspect it is. So if you click on this, it'll take you to TransferRoom, Director of Football Office. This is interesting, okay? Whether or not we're going to get the old direct... Remember how we used to go to FM24, go to the Direct Football, ask him to give us a recommendation? Yeah, it looks like a downgrade of the SS skin. I do feel somewhat that this looks like one of the skins that the guys put out. Yeah, I do. I also feel the same way. I think that for example, I don't see the issue. I don't see the point of having this anymore. If you've got this thing called a portal, right? Then that portal should be able to take you somewhere. And then if this is a thing, then you should have just given it a portal as the homepage where everything is there, like your squad, your tactics. That is your portal. Imagine a portal being a door, right? A door that takes you somewhere. So now we've got a place that says it takes me somewhere and a place where everything is there. I mean, like going, yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, but it just looks like, yeah. It's like a bit of the past and a bit of the new, I guess. Yeah. The bookmarks are here. So these are all panels that will take us somewhere, right? So this is the player database. I like the player database because you simply got recommendations where you can click on this. You have scout recommendations, staff recommendation. Of course, here are the focuses. So these are both can take you somewhere. I mean, in a manner of speaking, they've tried to make it easier because in the FM24 default window, you can't really do a lot of this stuff, right? It's like you need 2 clicks. But here, this takes you where you want to go. So in a sense, this is an improvement. Slight improvement, of course. I can't tell. I mean, most of you all have to be playing the game. Then this, of course. Then here, this is interesting. This is a great feature. I like this because it's so cool. You know, at a glance, I'll know who's going to be... Because this is one of the things that when you play Football Manager, if you're a long-time player, you know it's a pain in the ass. When you go to a club for the first time, you literally need to do 2 things first. You got to click on squad. You got to click on contract expiry dates. And then it'll pop up a window that tells you who's expiring soon. Then you got to calculate in your head who's got 6 months left. That's 4 things that you need to do, right? Okay, now you don't need to do 4 things anymore because it's here. 0 to 6 months. So it tells you at a glance immediately whose contracts are expiring. Now, this is the thing I want to know. Okay, and because it tells me what I can see is that there's some young players here. I assume like Ali, Samuel are kids. So actually, they've answered my question already. This includes everybody in the club, including your youth players, because we sign a lot of youth players all the time. And the one thing I'm always getting worried about when I have a youth player is, oh my God, is he going to get poached? Yeah, so this would be a great way to prevent, I mean, I won't say you can prevent them, but at least you can put in a contract. Hopefully it stays in your club. So this, I think, is a fantastic feature, right? It's so fucking buried. It's like, I don't know why, but when I come to a page like this, right, you should put this right up here. And put this at the bottom, put this at the bottom, put these 2 at the top. See this, I sometimes, you know, you want to put the most important panels, right, in places that are going to be clear to you. This is how I feel about the UI. I feel that the UI has a more like a, let's drop it in here and hope it fits kind of look. Because look at this. I don't get why this panel cannot be sized to take up the space, right? And why do all the panels have to be like the same shape? Why can't there be like major panels and minor panels, right? Because right now major panel is I would be nice to have a major panel That way, if I see a panel, if it's a major panel, then I know that it leads to the front page or something, right? If it's a minor panel like this, it could be a circle for all I care. I mean, I don't need to go there because it's on every single damn page. Like recruitment objectives is your board, right? I can probably go to that from any one of these other board, because in match day is probably going to be one that says your board's match performance, I guess. So I'm suspecting it's going to be there because if it's here, it should be everywhere else. So the clauses are great. The short lists are here. This is really cool, no? Because if you read on, right, they'll tell you something. Staying on top of player contracts, this is so we read all this, negotiation. Yeah, this is cool. But check out this page. This page is in order. Right, so these are all the players. These are all the players whose contracts are expiring. But one thing I don't understand when I come here, right? Okay, is when are their contracts expiring? Is it because I clicked on this button and this shows me? But it'll be nice to know when their contracts are expiring instead of just putting it up there. This is the thing I like about design. See, the thing I don't like is if you put something up here and I don't. The reason why I come here is because I want to make sure he stays at the club, or I want to kick him out of the club, right? I want to know when his contract expires. But the most important piece of information under recruitment contracts is contract expiry date and contract value. Where's contract expiry date? It looks like the decision has already been made for me that these players should have their contracts extended or kicked. I don't know. Like, why? So this is something that I think, like, you're missing. It's like whoever play. If you play this game, see, this is my argument here, right? If you play this game, you will know what's important. Like, I play this game a lot, and the reason when I go to a recruitment page, I want to know whose contracts are expiring, but it's not here. That means I need to click one more time. I mean, what's the point of giving me this after you've had such a good page here, right? If I click on this and it leads me to this, which I suspect it did, right? It says recruitment contracts. So where is the contract expiry date? This is what I call dropping the ball. You're about to score the goal and you turn around and fell over your feet because this is so bad. I love the idea. I actually like it, but I think this is such a poorly thought out feature because you put in a panel, you gotta give me the information. Now, what I like is the fact that it's still a non-final capture. So hopefully, whoever is there in the alpha I'm not in the alpha. So whoever is in the alpha has picked up on this and has gone in. Where's the contract expiry date? Because if I have to filter here and it's like first team, 11s, 18s, and whatever age group you want to be in, it's not going to be of any help. So that's not enough, right? Tell me what you guys think. Okay, am I being ridiculous? So if you're in chat right now, do you think what I'm asking about is a fair thing? Because I don't want people to tell me, oh, you're just making things like it's a conspiracy. Because somebody actually said that on one of my videos. They said, you're being negative. It sounds like it's a conspiracy. I'm like, dude, I'm just asking questions based on the statements he made. So how can it be a conspiracy? Am I not allowed to ask questions? So my question is, do you think that the contract expiry date should be here? Dan86, thanks for the subscription on YouTube, man. All we can do is hope. So what do you think, guys? There's a saying in the Call of Duty space, Activision devs do not play their own game. I suspect the same thing too. Yeah. You need to be playing this game a lot, no? For me, a simple rule of design is this. Unless you've been using the thing a lot, you have no right to change it. You should be able to customize the range how you're like, that's difficult. Sure, to be honest with you, right? The problem with that is going to be this. Then whoever is developing the design has got to think about all the many ways, all the different permutations, right? It should be there, right? I'm being reasonable here, right? Contract expiry should be here. So why isn't contract expiry on this page? you would think that the most important page has got contract expiry dates. It's absolutely... I'm just stunned. Okay, so what else have we got? So TransferRoom online is, see, they got it here. TransferRoom is football's online transfer marketplace, a digital platform where clubs are able to simply and directly communicate their requirement, needs and desires with other clubs. This is fantastic. It means right now, okay, they started a collaboration with a company that is actually doing this in real life, right? Okay. So their integration has leveled up in FM26 with the addition of 2 new features modeled on the real-life functionality they provide to clubs around the world. Requirements and pitch opportunities. This is beautiful. Okay. All right. So here we go. So basically, let's see what it says. Requirements. Okay. We're still under recruitment. So, we must be inside one of the transfer rooms. So that means it's either transfer room in or transfer room out, right? So this must be one of them. So this is in. Okay, why am I saying this? Okay, so that means that this page, let me just take you back to this page. See this click here, transfer room in. See the word requirements? So oh, my camera is blocking, I think. Yeah, okay. Here we go. So this transfer room in with 0 requirements. This is where this is the first click. Okay, so imagine this. I clicked here once, then then it took me to this page. So essentially, I got to this page where I'm being asked, what are my requirements? So is what I'm getting from this is that I can approach the marketplace if I need a player to come to my club. I need to get him to play in a certain position. So I'll assume this is the role here. So in position, any of these positions, and I can put them age between this and this. So it's like remember the old director of football we used to have last time, or rather FM24 has the director of football, right? So when we needed a player, sometimes we couldn't go to the scouting center. There's too many players to check. So now what we have is the director of football here. See that? Hugo Viana. It says that director of football. So it means that now the director of football is going to have a new tool. So it means we've just given the director of football a new a membership into TransferRoom. Okay. So when we go to him now, he's not going to go, I'll give you my recommendations. This is the page that is currently in FM24's direct, we go to ask for transfers directly from the director of football. This is the page now. This is a new one. So this is the new flow that we're going to get. And it means that he will come back and give us a couple of recommendations for players that we can either bring in on the club on a transfer, a loan, or a transfer loan. So that means it'll be like a bunch. So let's see if there's any more. No? Okay, that's just contract. So what it means is, after this is done, because this is the requirements page, right? So you can see this is the requirements. So you can see this on top here, the word requirements and responses, right? We can see this very clearly. Just behind these requirements, you've got requirements and responses. It means that once you put in the requirements, there will be responses from the club saying, hey, you know what? I want to transfer a player to you. That could be it, right? So that's most likely it, yeah. Yeah, because there's a filter here as well. So that means there is more than one. So basically, that marketplace is just the first page where you get all this stuff. And it actually is going to make it easier. I think this feature is actually really good because okay. So how does the new scouting recruitment focus then work? I mean, so what's the recruitment focus for? So the recruitment focus is basically you paying membership to a database, right, of all the players in the world where you can send your scouts to, right? Okay, so that's the first one. Okay, now assume that you are in a position where you are in a hurry and you need to sign a player, and you go like, oh my god, I need to sign a player, but are there any players like that available in the marketplace, and you don't have time to send your scouts out? This becomes the place you go to. So it's two different. It serves two different purposes, right? So your recruitment page has got this this distinction between these two activities. It's basically the director of football on steroids. Yeah, that's what it is. So it's cool. I actually like this feature because it means that now if I have players, because there's for an in there must be an out, right? So there's an out as well, right? So there's not out of possession, but I want to loan some of my players, right? So it means that we can at any time look in the marketplace and go, hey, you know what? There are lots of defensive midfielders, and we've got one of the best. So there's a lot of demand for the defensive midfielder because a lot of clubs want him. But in the outside, on the out, right? Because the responses side, right? Not many. There are not many people are supplying. So there's a demand and supply thing going on over here. So it's kind of cool. It's like a marketplace. Yeah, it is a marketplace. It's supposed to be the marketplace. That's nice, man. That's nice. I like this. I think this is a really good feature, especially for those people who have issues letting players go. And this is the really cool thing. Okay. You can probably tell when there is a demand for a certain kind of player, and you can stockpile your players. So this is a way for you to abuse the AI. Imagine right now, if you are the kind of manager that just wants to have fun against the AI and see what the AI is going to do, right? What would I do in this game? I would go into the game as a manager and go like, okay, I'm going to sign every single wonder kid in the world. I just want to make life miserable for all the AI managers out there, see what happens to them, whether they can develop their own players or not. Because every time they develop a really good player, I'm going to yank one out from them. And then after that, buy and sell games with them. Yeah, it sounds like fun. If you're into that kind of thing. I'm not. I just come out with crazy ideas. Dan88, I do feel that ultimately this game will be way more moddable and the PC old school base will get what we need. Yeah, I think so too. I think, okay, let's look at all these panels, right? Why are the panels like this? Because last year, I played a console version of Football Manager, and I can tell you one thing, I'm never doing it again. I hate the console version of it. It's like, have you ever tried using a gamepad? Scroll. It's like every time you click, it's a tap, tap, tap. I like to be able to use my thumb to work really fast around the screen because that's how I like to play my games. I got this problem with too much clicking. Okay? But Football Manager on console is clickbait to death. And on top of that, there's so little that you can do. But you see, the thing is this. It's great for the casual 1 hour player. And speaking of which, right, as I do this, we want to make it more interesting for people who want to buy the console version of the game. A lot of people go into Game Pass. There are a lot of games on Game Pass. Doesn't mean that they paid for the game. Okay, all right. There might be a lot of games on Game Pass. They click on it, they try. It's not for me. They leave. Doesn't mean that they like. So that is I hope that is not one of the players that you look at for your benchmarking test because those players don't hang about very long, man. Yeah, let's check out the comments from all you guys. See you in 2 weeks. Hopefully, you'll stream on first day of FM26. Yeah, I definitely will look at doing that. In fact, on the first day of FM26, right, guys, this is my plan. My plan is going to be really simple, right? Okay. I plan to run benchmark tests. So if you come to my stream on FM26, it's just benchmarking. So I'm just going to be benchmarking. Because I want to benchmark the system. I normally do that. I always do benchmarking. So I'll holiday for 1 season. So what do I do for benchmarks? I holiday for 1 season. I holiday for 1 week. I time it. Then after that holiday for 1 season, I check the results. Yeah, it's called a simulation, right? You got to check the simulated results against real world data. So that's what I do next. Yeah. So the first few minutes is just me gathering as much information I can, and simple things like possession stats, goals that are scored. Of course, when you're not watching, then it becomes more rigorous stuff like the population of players in the database, how many players between the ages of 16 to 18 come around, get how many new Nugents come into the game, that kind of thing. Stuff like that. But I don't know whether this year I'm going to do that. That's a lot of work. I think these kind of things. I let the new generation of football manager player do it, and I just cool, and just take whatever they come up with as results. What about other features in the game? I think that I'm not sure. I think I'm looking forward to FM26. I know I have my concerns. Of course, it scares the living daylights out of me because the game is looking a bit more console-y. I am worried that it's going to be a lot of clicks. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. But then again, Football Manager, we do click a lot anyway. So it's like maybe 5 clicks when I'm doing 3 clicks, right? So I'm hoping for a stable game. What about the features, existing features in Football Manager you want to see improved? Okay, I'm never going to... I tell you what, we've been asking press conferences to be improved since 2011. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's gonna. There's only so much you can do with press conferences. But I don't think maybe I'm being unrealistic about what I expect to see in press conferences. I actually say lots of things in press conferences in the additional comments thing, just to get a reaction. When nothing happens, boring. And then sometimes I wish that. Okay, what I don't like about the press conferences is they always ask me questions that got absolutely nothing to do with the match. They ask, how are you preparing for this game? Yeah. That's okay. But what about, they will ask, I'm in the Champions League, they probably ask me about some play in my youth team, for example. I focus on the Champions League, kind of thing. So I'm hoping that they improve the AI decision making when it comes to questions in press conferences. But I'm not hopeful. I don't think it's going to happen. Then the other thing that, if you're looking at this new features, like this is the director of football that currently is in FM24. Okay. He is on steroids, which is a good thing because this was a permanent cheat code for every lower league manager. It was. I will tell you right now, you want a cheat code to play lower league football in Football Manager right now? This, going to the director of football to get player recommendations is it. Because you don't have to go through the all the hullabaloo of trialing players, like 50 or 100 players, and bring them to your club. Which I think is going to still be a thing in Football Manager 26. What other features? Tactics are going to get an overhaul. And I've asked a serious question about tactics, which is, all the team settings going to be the same for defense, out of possession, in possession, which is a fair question. My suspicion is no. Not all of them will be... there will be some unique to out of possession, and most of them will be for, because it looks like mentalities for the defense and in and out of possession. That's how I see it. So I don't know. I will wait to play the game. Will the match engine be very different from FM24? I don't think so. There's no way it's going to be like remarkably different. I think there will be differences, of course. But it's impossible for them to recode a new match engine in a year. That's not happening. So we can expect gegenpressing to still be a thing, super players to be still a thing, physical players to still be a thing. Yeah, that's what I expect. Yeah, benchmarking on beta. Because you see, in beta, right, there's something that is they haven't done yet, no? During advanced access, they normally don't optimize graphics. They optimize graphics for game launch day. That means on 26, right? That's when they'll optimize graphics. Yeah, no. Normally, they don't lock it in until they don't lock in graphics optimization until the day of the game when it goes live. So that's how it works. Yeah, that's just industry practice. Now you can also find players through intermediaries, not only self, which was not always working. Yeah. I always been able to sell my players, but the only reason why I use intermediaries in FM24 is because it's faster. Yeah. That's the only reason why I use that. It's so much more faster to use intermediaries. So what's 2% of 1 million? Yeah. Unless, yeah. The things I don't expect to see change, right? Football Manager. I hate to say this. I don't think training is going to change. Nope. No way. I don't think training is changing at all. So it means that training is still redistribution of attributes. The only thing in training that relates to preparing for the next game is always going to be match focus. That's about it. Yeah. I mean, training has always been quite straightforward in FM Football Manager. It's idiot proof. You don't have to train your players, the attributes go up. You train your players, attributes go up. So a lot of people have fairly asked the question, does it make a difference? I've always said it does. It's a minor difference. It's not major. And that's when, people will go and say, yeah, so therefore training does nothing. I'm going like, yeah, how can you argue with that, right? In the end of the day, it does distribute attributes. That's the thing. That's all that's all it has ever done. Game time is the one that improves attributes plus age. So training, no change. Okay, so we got recruitment focuses that scouting has changed. With the addition of a new feature that will make it easier for you guys to go and sell your players, find your players, right? So that's a major change. Major change, tactics, in and out of possession, major change, right? It's the workflow that has changed, not the engine itself. The workflow has changed. So that means how you create tactics is going to be different. I'm telling everybody right now that your tactics that worked in FM24 will still work in FM26. Yep, it will. The only thing you're going to have to worry about is your out of possession tactics. Because if it's the same match engine, that's how it's going to operate. Yeah, okay, so we've done that. Meaning, if you go in, you're just going to have to like, oh my God, I used to use a Trequartista. Now, what role should I use in FM26? So I think the role descriptions are probably going to be quite straightforward because that's the way they are, right? They look quite straightforward. Like I think I saw the other day, outlet, right? So that's obvious, right? Screening, and that's obvious. So they're using obvious language so that they can make the translations easier, right? So that's very apparent to me. Okay, so tactics, change. Okay, what else has changed? The UI. And rightly so, I think some of you have mentioned that this looks like a SaaS UI. Some of you have said it looks like Work the Spaces UI. So give them a chance, let them. I think doing the UI is very, everybody's going to have something to say about the UI. No one is going to be happy. I just wanted to put a game out. Any UI will do at this point in time. Okay. Somebody's probably going to give us a skin later that will be done by a player that's actually playing the game. So whatever skin comes out, I'm happy with it. Okay. Yeah, I just want to experience the new match engine. I want to experience how it makes tactics. I want to experience the recruitment center. Those are the two big ones as far as I can see. Of course, I want to manage a women's football team. Yeah, so those are the three big ones in the game. Yeah, so I like it. I do. I'm optimistic about FM24. FM will really change for good when they will be able to make PA dynamic events-based changes in the PA of a player. They already, the match engine is already event-based. Yeah, so. Okay, so here we go, babes. We are about to play our game. Our last game before the end of, what's the word for it? Oh, no, this is BYT. Why is my Discord showing? All the lovely people on Discord. Oh, load game again. Friend Rose, baby. So we're going to quickly review what we've done. No. Absolutely need to review what we've done. So transfers, I think on the last stream, I agreed that we were done with transfers, right? We've got the players that we need. We got Kern, Barath. Barath is a fringe player. Frydek is the player, right? Oh, yes. Now I know what we were after. The Nielsen. Okay, let's go to our squad and then we go to Start Data Hub. We look at players, right? And we look at our midfielders. I expect the attacking output. Remember, I were talking about me needing to go and get a player that can match Christian Frydek is in terms of output, in creative output. Basically, he's my Ryan El Cherky, oh my Kevin De Bruyne. That's the man. That's the man right now for me. And guess what? Our Danielson that we signed last season, we've been trying him out at that position because I actually had him on the right flank. And he performed really well in the last couple of games. So we've got our replacement. So now the thing is going to be a bit easier for us because we've got a Jurek who can alternate with Mercetic out here. So Frydek is playing here. Danielson will play here then. Pierini will play here with Musi. Musi is leaving the club. And then we got Borukov. So this has been our Season 7 tactic. And then we've got our 4-2-4. And of course, we've got the Gambit for this team as well. So Danielson will definitely be moved in here now. So we got a next game coming against UPS. We're going to use this and see how he does. Okay, how's that, man? Escape key games. I hope with this new iteration, our choices actually make a difference and not just illusion choice. Interesting. Problem with I don't know, man. I'm hoping the same thing too. But I've been hoping that same thing since 1998. I've been playing this game for a really long time, man. I used to say all that as well. Many years. I mean, things like for me, right? I have always felt that the thing that always makes me annoyed, and it used to make me very annoyed. No, when I was a teenager, when I was in my 20s playing this game, I absolutely used to hate how undynamic the financial model was. It never reacted to increased market activity. It never reacted to supply and demand issues in the game. It never seemed to react to global. There was never any overarching story that's happening in the world that would affect the football world. It seemed, and I used to call this game Planet Football, because it seemed like the only thing that was happening on this planet, in this universe with Football Manager, is the fact that every breathing, living creature in this planet only plays football, or is a coach or a staff member. That's it. And the money miraculously drops from God. That's it. So that's how I felt. You definitely can play for... the SI already said that benchmarks for MacBooks MacBook, I think there are only about a few leagues you can play on. 10 leagues. You can check out the official benchmarks on SI forums. They'll have some MacBook numbers there as well. That thread is still active, man. Yeah. You can I don't think you will be able to import. No, you can. It's been confirmed. They importing your saves was announced in FM23 that every other edition of Football Manager you can import your saves. So they're not going to go back on that. Yeah, they're not the sort that is going to, you cannot import your players. No. The question is going to be this: without international management, right? Okay, this is the other question that was asked of me. What happens to my international management career if I'm the current manager of a national team and I'm managing a club? So chances are, when you go into the game, you just be a manager of a club. The AI will manage the international team, and the international competitions will happen behind the scenes in that world. Yeah, that's it. Your girls will be called up for international matches. It just means that you can't manage the national team. That's it. So international management, internationals will still happen. You just can't manage them. That's all. I don't think it's such a game breaker. Yeah. I don't think it's a game breaker. For me, I know people think it's a game breaker. It's not for me. Yeah. Because I rather, if they tell me there's going to be no international management, I'm like, okay, great. Okay, no difference to me because I don't play it anymore because the feature is so bad. I mean, it's so buggy, right? The features are... Of course, I want it to be in the game because I dabble in it some of the time, but I've come to terms with it not being in the game anymore. Okay, so we're gonna play this. Okay, I want to see how Danielson does here. Danny is injured. Oh, so we don't bring him along. So if Danny is injured, we can't do this. Well, I'll go with this. Florenshokan, Friday, Machitic, Borukov, Pierini, Ricky, Mosquera, Duric, and Popov. Sounds like a team that knows what he's doing. I will bring Mihai. They got Friday, Mungsgard. He's not fit. Stuparevic. I think this is it. We definitely need a bit more depth in my team. But I'm also one of those guys that doesn't like squads that are too big. Very hard to manage them. It has already been. So the tactics will convert to FM26. I don't think, the same thing happened in 2011, right? So I've been through one UI change before, okay? So I can tell you exactly what's going to happen. You come in and there will be no tactic for your team. That's what's going to happen. So when you import it, most likely what happens if you import your save, you'll have to go and create a new tactic, blank slate. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. It happened before last time. A long time ago, that was what happened to us when we went from one UI change to massive UI change to another. So your team will come in just like, there was another version of Football Manager where we came in and the tactic was there, but we had to set up the team instructions. So it could be one or the other. Yeah, it could be one or the other. Yeah. But it won't create the tactic for you. Like, oh, you play this system, therefore it translates to this system. These are your roles. No. I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. It sounds too easy. Golik. Golik can come in. All right, let's go. It's a bit. I'm worried about all those imported saves. Yeah, I really am. I'm really worried about the imported saves. Because can you imagine if you got such an important, you've invested, for some people, 3,000 to 4,000 hours playing the same save. Or it could be even more interesting. This save has been around since 23. One of my saves is my Destiny save has been around since 2023. It's been ongoing. No, that means it started in FM23. We continue in FM24, and I want to carry on to FM25. It has gone through 2 versions. It'll be a second version of the game that is going to go through. I plan to keep it going, man. All these players, your players, my players. They all were coaches by now. What's your rest defense? So Joey goes smash. It's a 3. Yeah, 1. This is my rest defense. So I'm attacking. When I go, right, it's boom. This is my rest defense. See that? The 3-2. But this is a different version of 3-2. It's more closely following this is what Pep Guardiola copied from me. If you look at Pep Guardiola's new system, right, it's narrow, right? They come in here, of course. So these guys are, he didn't copy or just making things up. So essentially, these are fullbacks that come in narrow. But like Pep Guardiola, Pep Guardiola's fullbacks will actually go this way. My fullbacks also go this way. Yeah, my fullbacks also go this way. Yeah, so my fullbacks always end up here. So I only have 1 defender left. Maximum width. So these guys are hugging the lines. See that? Look at where my winger is, man. He's literally on the line. Maximum width in my tactic. So the fullback comes in here, fullback comes in here. It's a Joey Go smash. Yeah, 4-1-4-1. So then we got the 2 channel midfielders that come in from here. And then this guy comes in. So this is my rest defense. Pep. No, he doesn't play inverted wing back. No. He plays with a false fullback. But the guys will go, sometimes depending on where the shift is, you'll go into this channel, right? So they've got one central, they got reindeers making runs through. So reindeers can make runs through. But more importantly, this guy, the fullback that they have right now, Rico Lewis sometimes like the goal he scored against Wolverhampton Wanderers, Erling Haaland scored against Wolverhampton Wanderers, right? Rico started here, right? Came here. Then they transitioned the ball back to Reindeers. Reindeers was here. Reindeers ran in. Rico followed him. And then Reindeers played one over the top of the defense. Rico came here. Haaland was here. Rico played the pass to him. Or was it a cross? A cross. He played across to him. The other one that happens is they come in here. Rico is here. Deep diagonal to this side. So this season, Manchester City are not the old Manchester City. They have got a lot of differences in their tactic. Yeah. So there's a evolution in their tactical change. So they went, yeah. So it's quite interesting because they have this shift that happens on the left and the right. I'm trying to get more information. I've seen a few of the games already. Yeah. But at the end of the day, everybody will have their own thoughts. No, this is brilliant, man. Friday's goal. That was the channel run that I wanted him to make. But this is my 4-2-3-1. You can make the fullback go there. That's what I'm trying to say. Say it out loudly. You definitely can make the fullback on Football Manager end up in the AMCL position and the AMCR position. I've done it so many times with the false fullbacks. Yeah, 100% you can do it. You cannot do it with the inverted fullback. That's the only problem. Yeah, but with the fullback, the false fullback, you definitely can. It's so strong. It is easily the strongest role right now. It gives me so many options. Hey, where's my fullback gone? It plays another one of those crosses. Of course, we can't get it to play. The problem in Football Manager is you can never make it look like real life 100% of the time. No way you can. Okay, we've taken the lead against Upes. That's good. Kemeline with the long ball. Oh, this is easy, man. Friday gets the ball. Again, Friday plays it out to Pierini. Nice pass to the defensive midfielder. He comes in, scores. It's torment for this defense. Torment. The reason why this tactic plays like this is because my roaming playmaker. Yeah, that's only reason why. Because my roaming playmaker ends up here. In your opinion, what's the best build-up formation? 3-2, 4-2, 2-2, which one? For a Football Manager, the best build-up. The most attacking build-up is the one. The most attacking build-up. I don't do 3-2. 3-2 is the weakest. Yeah, it's the one that leaves you one defender. So it's a 1-3. That is the strongest. So you want a 1 and then the 2 go up and then you got a third guy in front. That's the best build-up because you get a diamond pivot. That's very unstoppable because you are protecting your flanks and attacking on the same side. Most people get worried when they play the system because they don't see the rest defense. But the rest defense exists. Like one of the... In Arrigo Sacchi's famous words, Arrigo Sacchi was when he did his pressing systems, right, on which all these modern beat systems are based, right? It's not about the player, no. It's about pressing the space. So if you can press the space when you're playing, you control the space, right? So in my way of playing Football Manager is the same principle. I attack the space and I press the space at the same time when I lose it. So how do you press the space when you lose it? You're counter-pressing, so your team is going to be narrow. They're not going to be far apart, so you can win the ball back. Another manager that does this in real life is Diego Simeone. Diego Simeone's system this season shows players' rotations, right? So they are rotating and sometimes they can be as many as 5 players on one side of the pitch. So if they are attacking with the ball with 5 players on one side of the pitch, if they lose the ball, there are 5 players on one side of the pitch to get the ball back, right? So that's why I think the best build out right now is the 1-3. So you got a 1 here. This is the 1, huh? This is my build-out pattern right now. 1. See how it builds out and you're putting all the pressure on this team? So if I lose the ball, I still have this guy to drop back and this guy to drop back. See? He's holding his position. As because I'm going this way, so he anchors himself here. Look at that. He anchors. No? So he's safe right now. It comes here, he's still anchored. This is anchored. So you got 1 here, 1, 2, 3. This is the best system. This is literally going back to Catanaccio, but flipping it on his head. Catanaccio was 3-1, right? So what will happen is in Catanaccio, if I'm attacking, right, the libero will come up. No? The libero will come up and then this 3 will stay behind, right? This was old Catanaccio. Catanaccio was like that. Then when I am defending, it's 3 guys without the ball and 1 guy behind sweeping. So this used to be the old sweeper. No? So what I've done is I've taken the whole Catanaccio and flipped it on his head. So it's kind of fun. The Football Manager is about just a game at the end of the day. Okay? At the end of the day, this is going to be a game. You find your best build-up. So it's like this is how I approach it. Because when it comes to tactics of real teams, you will find everybody has an opinion. You have to respect everybody's opinion. I respect everybody's opinion. So I make the things play out the way I see it. So this guy is my 1. That's my 1. The fullback goes up. Or in this case, I think am I using fullbacks or inverted fullbacks? I'm using fullbacks. This is a very attacking system. Then if I want to hold the lead, right, then it becomes inverted fullbacks. We are ripping into them already. I'm going to be using this in Football Manager 26. 100%. You'll be using a tactic. All my tactics I'm going to flip them for FM26. Yours is the same match engine, so in that regard, I don't think anything is going to change. Okay, so now he's got the game right. All right, we're gonna take some players off. Eddie De Valvi, saw you, man. How are you? Oh, what a goal. He's been on the pitch for like a few seconds. Bro. They combine and then it's really boom. We're not going to wrap up Hungary. We're going to bring Hungary with us. We're bringing Hungary with us. Or maybe I'll wrap up and start a new one. Yeah. Andreev. He has already scored a goal. Remember? Hasn't he scored a goal already? This Build a Nation is very, very challenging. Because we cannot do... might as well bring this right. Because we cannot manage national teams. Yeah. So this is the harder version of Build a Nation. Because I'm already managing a top team. Yeah. If I want to make it easier, then I want to manage a middling team. Oh man, this is terrible for this team, man. Upes are in trouble. Andreev's taking corners for fun. He's already had an assist on the last stream, right? Can he get another? Oh, he's gonna take a corner again. He's getting bored. He's like, oh damn it. I'll normally get to rest. This is a near post delivery. He better get this right, man. Oh, okay. I missed. He does short and near post. Yeah. The one he got an assist for was a shot. Popov now. Oh, Popov, far post. Juric with the header. Oh, they got a that's it. Back again. Popov in the area. Back again. Oh no, this is a torture. We're putting this team in the torture chamber. Mihai goes deep. Zabo. Kern. Zabo goes back. Popov again. Kern. Shoots. I mean, the animations in Football Manager 26, they don't look that bad, right? Do they? They're quite okay, right? They're just a long way away, that's about it. Yeah, the grass could be better, I guess. Textures could be better. Okay, in terms of match stats, we were all over this team. Our OPPDA 378. Look, okay, I want to ask a question. How in the world did Upes get 4.7 OPPDA? You see, this is why I think there's something wrong with the game of Football Manager. Okay, do you know, what does OPPDA mean? Opposition passes per defensive action. You just saw the game with me. Nearly all the highlights showed me in their half. How many times did they actually come up? And because this suggests that they were able to pass the ball 4 times in the middle third before they lost the ball, and I pressed them, right? So this is something that sometimes I find a bit like, really? This if I were to see this in real life, if this happened in real life, like PPDA, right? Okay, most teams in real life, right? The best PPDA right now in England is about 6. That means, and it's not even Liverpool there, it's Bournemouth. Okay, Bournemouth is the best PPDA, meaning they only allow a team 6 passes before a defensive action hits them, right? Now, what these numbers are telling me, that football in Hungary is even crazier than football in England. Because apparently in Hungary, okay, teams are brutal. They are playing with a super high presses, okay? UPS is super high, then their OPPDA is 4.71. See, this is the thing about Football Manager that I'm hoping that people can see. Like, if you put this kind of data into the game, of course, OPPDA doesn't exist in real life, right? So you go anywhere in the world, you don't find OPPDA. It only exists in Football Manager. In real life, what we have is PPDA, passes per defensive action. So how can you find this? And not all leagues have it as well. So not all leagues have it. England, you can find out what the PPDA numbers are for some teams. Some leagues you can, some you can't. But you have to have an estimate somewhere. So you go to these other websites to do it. Yeah. So all the stats don't make sense. This stat makes absolutely no sense. It implies that both teams are playing a very aggressive system. There is so much happening in this game that both teams are, it's like back and forth. But then you look at the numbers. Final third passes, 83 final third passes from us and 14 from them. So you're telling me that they could do 4 passes. Where were they doing their 4 passes? So this is where I think the calculations are off, or where they're starting their calculations are off. So there are 60 progressive passes from my team, meaning I can bring the ball forward. There are only 18 from that team. 18 in total, no. So how is it possible that they are pressing so aggressively? But question is, so when we talk about a game being accurate about simulations, are we only then looking at league tables and scorelines? Are we looking at simple metrics like who wins the title, that kind of thing? If that is the case, then yeah, man. I submitted my 4231 yesterday, but the stream was about to end, so I didn't get in. Today, I completely changed the system. Wow, very cool. Okay, Zabo, offer for. Hey, that's good. I mean, he needs to go somewhere. He's not gonna get much playtime from me, so we accept the offer. Yeah, let him go. Just another club nearby. The offer for Victor Popov cannot. You are staying in Hungary, yeah? If you want to go anywhere, you go to a Hungarian club. Is FM26 mobile going to be worth spending time on? I don't know. I haven't tried the. Well, I'm sure that. I don't know. I haven't seen the game. I've thought I have had a chance to, but I haven't really seen the game. In real life, match stats are mostly used to fuel gambling. Eddie the Valves, you are completely right. It's not in your opinion. This 100% you're correct. 100% you're correct. In fact, when I wanted to go and get data for my videos, right, I literally had to go to gambling sites just to find out the data. Because that's the only places you can find some of this data. So, you're right. It is to fuel gambling sites. You're not wrong, no? Because the more data, because all these gambling sites believe that the more data we give the punter, right, the more informed decision he can make about his bets. Yeah. Loan offer for Ane Matic Juric. Ane Matic Juric might have to play games this season, so we won't loan him. Plus, the club isn't a local club. All right, so this tactical preparation is very important because all the benefits last you the entire game. That whole game. That is actually more important than training. Because that is the one that actually influences how your team performs on the pitch. not all the training that you do. Yeah. What other attributes to look for in a fullback if he's got good stamina, work rate, and crossing? Look for concentration. And concentration, anticipation. Yeah. Because then that will give you interceptions per 90. There are a lot of sources, but they're not public. A lot of sources are not public for football information. I tend to go to There are one or two as well. I'm just there used to be one guy I used to follow on Tableau. Tableau is like that. It's a place where you can do tables and charts. So he used to have tables and charts of all the leagues. Yeah. He's an analyst as well. The club subscribed to that, but we can't see it, only on betting sites. I'm not surprised. Yeah. Okay, so we are playing in the Champions League, ladies and gentlemen. So Denilson is back, so he can. Denilson player. Let him play. Friday can rest. Mihai will play for Loronshu, will play Pirini. It looks like the same team. We're not going to change. Serafimov will come in for Duric. Okay. Monksgaard will come in for Ricky. And then we get Biriglia to play instead of Mercetic. Okay, so this will rotate our team around. I just noticed one thing. I have given Varga the Hifo, our last season's top scorer. Then cannot be registered. Oh no, I forgot. Okay, apparently I didn't bring a lot of players. I brought a lot of players who cannot be registered. Okay, oops. Okay, Mosquera, Duric, Mungsgaard, Frulrosuker, Friday, Mercetic, Pirini, Biriglia. Okay, Borukov, go on. Serafimov. Okay. All right. As usual, we cannot bring a lot of players. I already got like one fullback. If he gets injured, our Champions League run is over. I'm waiting for more players to emerge from our ranks. We just gotta make it through the Champions League, and then we get our payoff. That's our goal, to qualify for the Champions League group phases. This is just to do okay. Mercetic. Foot Loronshu. That good. No. Oh, they are playing well, man. They're pressing quite well. And then they're shooting terribly. Oh, that's good pressing from them to win the ball back. For a back five, Andreev with the free kick. We get a corner, so he's going to go out and take the corner. Why are you running back? Oh, he's gone back. I like to do press conference sometimes. They don't make any change. She changed BPD for again. They asked 5 questions for changing rules. Press conferences on Football Manager. No real change. Here goes Popov, the right back, crossing to Mercetic, who's... Okay, we're gonna opposition instruction, a hard tackle this guy. Take the goalkeeper out of the... Put him out of his misery. You said you have a 1-3. Is a libero there. Libero move forward. The DM will hold this position. So it's just the one. After that, this guy goes up. This is a rest defense. 1. Right? Yeah. It morphs. So you see these guys come back. That's a rest defense. That's basically rest defense. What are these guys doing? So what are these guys doing when these guys go attack, right? So they only participate up to here. But if we get into the box and we are gonna attack like crazy, then we only need one fella, because their counter attack only is gonna involve one guy, right? And these two can keep up with whoever they are letting loose. Yeah. So you see, this is how you look at it. Football Manager is not. I think people take the rest defense too literally. See, look at we are attacking, right? See, you look at the reaction of these two. Whereas these two guys are still in the attack. Like this guy's still in his attack pose. Yeah. Then comes back. See, this is the other DM, follow Ronshu. He's on support. So this guy is higher. So you can see these are the players who are tasked to protect and fight for the second ball. So this guy is going to try and fight for the second ball. This guy is going to try and fight for the second ball. This guy is going to try and fight for the second ball. The libero drops back inside. Yeah. Can you upload the save to Discord, Dropbox? Discord, Dropbox. This save. The latest one. Yeah, I will. Just before I saw FM26. Oh, yeah, because I'm not streaming anymore, right? Yeah, okay. Okay, can. Oh, no. We're about to... Oh, I just realized you said this. Yeah, I'll do it after the stream. Oh, I'll do it after the stream. Because I don't have I can't put on the Dropbox folder right now because I'm streaming. Yeah. Oh, Andrev. Poor handling of the ball. What are we playing against? I didn't pay attention. Was it a back five? I think so. Normally I adapt. I might change certain things. Quite a few clubs I've been interested in Andreev. Let's go like key highlights. Nice throw. Merchitic on the ball. Takes it away. Crosses early, man. Borukov. What can I say? We brought the man a beautiful deep cross to the far post. Borukov rises above the defense and gives us a lead. Good work from Merchitic. That was a very direct attack. Beautiful ball. I mean, they were playing quite well at the start of the game. Yeah. Mongsgaard, Merchitic, crosses again. Pierini's header. Can you make a system with much shorter passing, much lower tempo and positive mentality? Yeah, of course you can. Yeah. But I wouldn't recommend playing on tempos that are lower than standard for a start. Yeah. Because very low tempos means you're very comfortable. It's like tiki-taka. You take your time, your team moves up the pitch. It's about control. Yeah, you can do that. But you'll find sometimes the opposition are in a really good setup, right, to defend. What is going on, man, our team? They're falling asleep at the wheel. There's an instinctive volley from the opposition, man. Yeah, he cleared Mosquera when Popov couldn't get there. Oh, that was beautiful, man. It's a very defensive system and we're not playing well. No? I'm gonna I'm gonna go slightly higher up the pitch. We'll go an attacking mentality. Here goes Kern. Lofts the ball for Pierini. Gets around the defenders, crosses the ball again. And we can't keep crossing all day long. Okay. Alright. In possession, I'm gonna go work ball into box, go low cross. And drop this from being direct to standard. We are too direct. We're not trying to dominate this game now. So this is our last stream. Okay, so I won't be streaming until FM26. Okay, once FM26 drops, you guys will, on the day it drops, right? You guys will know, I'll be streaming. So if you suddenly see me streaming on that day, right? I'm waiting for the game to drop. Whiplash, I don't think it's dropping soon. Right. The moment you see me go live, that's it, the game's dropping. Okay, so you just be on your toes for that little clue. What's the minimum height for a striker? There's no minimum height. You can play anyone. Okay, the thing about role, right? I think that if you want to play a striker, he's got a. If you play a short striker, then you really need the kind of system to suit him, because they only can score goals by breaking behind defenses, right? So if you want to, therefore, if you're the sort that wants a lot of variety in your attacks, then get a tall striker, 1.8. The taller he is, the better, I guess. 1.83 would be good. I think we have to take control of this game. We've been too nice for too long. Been too nice for too long. Let's go hunting. We decided now we're going to bring the game to them. We're going to start packing the defense and moving them around. How did the FM26 announcement work out for you? Seeing more traffic in the channels? No, I mean, not really. I didn't really notice anything. I mean, I dropped a video. There was because I haven't been doing videos on Bust.net, the other channel, for a while. And then when I dropped the video, there was a lot of traffic on that video because I think the thumbnail was different. Title of the video is what scares me about FM26, and some people thought it was clickbait, but they found out that I actually has a genuine message. So that was okay. But other than that, I don't see a lot of traffic on my channel. This is the same old. I think it's good to take a break before FM26 drops and actually get all the things you want to do all sorted out. Yeah. At least then you come in with things ready for the stream. Plus, I do these streams to ask questions, answer questions as well, right? So it's good to take a break once in a while. Okay, we're going to be Birik on. Mercedes is looking like how does he looks like he's working out, man. We were live the other day. I'm always live. No more. I'm gonna take a break. Okay. We're taking control back. We're taking back control of the game. And we are camping in front because we allowed the game to actually get away from us, so we've had to reassert ourselves. The poacher role is actually going to keep our attacks in that zone now. And it will slow our attacks down because we also started using ball into box, slow crosses, so we're going to go down to the byline. Oh, this is terrible for you. A 1-2 buck on my shoe. Or is it offside? That looked like a well-rehearsed set piece. Oh, it's such a well-rehearsed set piece. And we totally outnumbered the opposition. We have 2 extra players in the box. Okay, 4-2. Sounds like a fair result. The OPPDA 4-5. Don't get it. Yeah. What do you do if if our team's penalty taking attribute is too low and the best penalty taker is below average? Then you let the AI decide who's going to take the penalty. Yeah. To be completely direct, I normally don't really care about the penalty taking attribute because it's not something that you should care about when you're training a player. It's nice to know if your player can, because eventually over time their penalty attribute actually goes up. Do you know, I have never checked my players. So let's look at our players, right? Okay. Got Borukov is our top scorer, right? So his penalty taking is 6. Pierini, also another one. Penalty taking is 11. So like that, if I wanted somebody to take penalties, I'll look at certain things, right? First, I look at his personality. His handling, media handling type. No, like his personality is, does he have good composure? right? Then I'll look at his technique and his penalties. So these are the three things I look at to decide whether you should be a penalty taker. Technique is really important, so you cannot be less than 13 or 12. 12 is like the minimum bar lah. Then you got penalty taking, right? Because penalty taking is just the attribute for taking penalties. Yeah, so penalty, technique, composure, and I do look at personality. Yeah. So that's what you should do, to choose one. Yeah, but if everybody in your team has got bad penalty taking, right, then you let the AI decide. So I normally don't even get involved. So I just keep quiet and I go like, okay, whoever wants to take the penalty, you take the penalty. Then I decide on the day whether or not to get rid of the players after that. Yeah, so no, don't worry about signing a good penalty taker. I wouldn't do that. It's not the end of the world. I've had goalkeepers take penalties and they don't have good penalty taking. Yeah, I don't think you should. I mean, it's better to think about signing up a good corner taker. Delivery of corners is got more bang for buck than penalty taking. Yeah, don't worry about penalty taking, man. And then if you got a competition coming up, right? If you have a cup final coming up, then get your team to train on set pieces before the big day. And then you of course have match preparation activities as well, so you can focus on that too. So I wouldn't don't fall into the I need to prepare for penalty taking kind of thing. No point. Once again, guys, reminder that this is the last stream until FM26 lands. So there we go. See, defending, you can do penalties here. So this is so if you go and see this, right, you will notice, right, you can do penalties for match preparation, right? So this actually has got a direct impact on the game. So if you've got a cup final coming up, do this. The actual benefits last throughout the whole thing. Yeah, so that's easier. This preparation has got a tangible, does a tangible, what's the word for it now? There's a tangible effect in the game. Attacking corners, attacking free kicks. So if you think that the next game is gonna be tough, yeah. 36-year-old Harry Kane is over for cheap, I say, but he's too slow. His work rate won't improve. But I don't bother. You don't want to sign a player just for penalties. Like I've said it before. People have been on my streams. They've seen me use my goalkeeper to take penalties. Yeah, so don't. You're wasting a lot of you're actually putting in a player that just to do something that actually is kind of random in the game. There's your penalty taking attribute. A lot of players can do it. No. Southampton Olympics or Friday. Oh my goodness, Friday wants to leave, but I guess we can push the ante, right? Let's go. I mean, I know he wants to go, but 3.5 million is too low. I think what we'll do is to take transfer status. I mean, transfer list the player, okay, and see what we can get for him. All right, so we'll put there about 7 million. Okay. Discuss issue. I'll talk to him. Have you ever you want to get rid of it, say it to my face? You're in that and that isn't always a useful thing for managers, so I'm moving you on. Huh? Friday is not happy, right? Okay. No, I thought you wanted to leave, right? You always wanted to leave, right? Yeah, he's already considering. He was considering his options at the end of the season, right? Why? He is the one that came to me and told me, I want to leave the club. Now, I'm giving you. It's another thing I don't like. You know. He's the one that doesn't want to sign a contract. So the game holds me hostage. You know what to do. Okay. What is this? August 28th, right? Okay. August 28th. Here we go. I am not even going to be showing up the game. This I ignore the fella. You go and play your own game. Not done of all of you. This is the manager throwing a fit. This is me as a manager throwing my fit. They should give us the option, right, in the game, right, that as a manager, right, you do this, you have this narrative in the game where you're allowed to go on holiday. You can choose the games you want to go on holiday for. Right? So I don't like to play against this team. So I want a holiday against, on these dates. That'll be cool. Or maybe club shortlist, right? So I go on holiday and then I create this. There's a shortlist for clubs, right, that put an offer out for a manager's position. So while I'm on holiday, if those clubs have a vacancy, then I come off holiday so I can apply for the job. That would be cool too, right? Yeah. Return holiday. See whether we skip past that idiot. Yeah, there we skipped past him already. Okay. What a doofus. They just basically stormed off. I didn't want to talk to him, so we come inside here. Transfer status. And no setting. Yeah, okay, I now know how you feel. Okay, alright. Okay, we know how you feel. Merchantage is injured, so we bring on this guy. We don't want to use you. Where's the Nielsen? The Nielsen is up there. The Nielsen will play. Yeah. This guy is not playing, he's injured. Alright, here we go. What have we learned? What I've learned is that this could be FM26 demo that everyone can. If you take the influence, huh? I don't understand anything you're saying, Patty. Hey, Intanin. What is the best feature of FM26? I think the best feature of FM26 could probably be the recruitment, transfer in and transfer out. Yeah. That's what I think it's going to be. I think it's fantastic, man. I covered it at the start of the stream. Right now, it's going to give us the opportunity, right? Okay, if the issue right now when you're playing the game is you don't know what the world's demand and supply situation looks like for different positions on the pitch. So sometimes a lot of clubs have got, if you see, now you have this transfer room in feature, which tells you what all the clubs want, right? So the clubs want, if all the clubs are looking for DMs, hey, I've got a couple of DMs, I can let them go and make a quick buck. Or could it be possible that we could influence the marketplace? Meaning, I snap up all the good DMs in the world and they're all at my club and I loan them out. And suddenly all these clubs go, we want a DM too. Then could I be controlling the market for players? So this is a really cool feature. Yeah, I think I like it. So because the recruitment, the thing about the big part of the game for a lot of people is actually signing players. We all like signing players. And this is one of the reasons why for a lot of people, one of the common complaints I hear on the forums is it's difficult to sell the players. So everybody loves to buy. Everyone loves buying players. But then they can't sell the players. So that's when all of them get very annoyed, right? Yeah. So, yeah, I think this is going to be the top feature of Football Manager. What separates a DM from a CM from an AM? Positioning, initial positioning on the pitch. Yeah, that's it. Top Boehly style manager, correct? Oh, Perigliak missing the chance, man. So like you have a DM, so he'll be a bit more defensive. So in that position, the role is a bit more of a defensive role. In CM, because you're asking generic positions, right? So these positions have jobs to do, right? So in the defensive, the DM is a bit more defensive. But depending on your tactic, he could look for counter attacks. CM, generic role in the middle, right? He's the defense to midfield transition, the midfield to attack, and the reverse. The AM position, final third, midfielder. That is a link between midfield and attack. Now, the thing here is this, right? All these are positions only, right? So when you put a player in that position, the player's got attributes, right? So AM naturally is supposed to support attack, right? So if you put a player with great attributes for attacking, then that's how the role will play. If you put in a player with poor attributes for attacking, that's how he's going to play, because that role is going to link up between the midfield and attack one. So that's how you have to look at it. People can't sell players because yeah, that's true as well. A lot of the people, if you can't sell a player on Football Manager, chances are you have never used him and you're not desperate to sell him at the value you bought him for, which is absolutely ridiculous. So one of the things, right, a lot of people when they complain about the game is so hard, it's because they don't really use. They're not playing the game. Okay, I always hate to say this, but if you don't know how to play the game, then if the game must be dumbed down for you, then maybe the game is not for me. That's my opinion. Because if you I've always felt that I've been able to sell games in this game, right? I was once sold a player for 300 million. So like people go like, how did you sell a player for 300 million? Please tell me. I know I've never sold anybody. I always said to sell him cheap. I'm like, dude, seriously, you never played a player? The thing is, like, for example, how did I sell my player for 300 million? He's that. Have they done any changes to player traits? Apparently there was an article, right? I thought as well, no, they make it seem like they've done changes to player traits. I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know. Yeah. They did say something that made me think they did a change of traits. But I don't think it's going to be major, if there's a trait change. Just like they had this team instruction, now they can pass to feet. I'm like laughing. When that was announced, I was laughing so hard. Because, okay, if you have been playing Football Manager since the days of Championship Manager, pass to feet was there originally. So basically, what they did was they went back to the game and turned on another button, so you got it back again. Because if you don't pass to space, you're passing to feet. Or pass to space. So basically what? Because I know that the game is a tendency to do things. So pass to feet means you're never ever going to play a true pass. That's nonsense, right? Because you got players in the game as well who have got mixed passing. So what? Everybody's going to pass to feet now. It's a longer pass to feet. I'm like, then why is that pass take more risk on some of these players? Yeah. So sometimes some of these team instructions, it's only a tendency to do something. Okay, honestly. Ladies and gentlemen, we have got a soft lock. This is called a soft lock. We press the continue button 10 times, and then we press this, go home. We go to here, Maybe we'll just try something else. And we go on holiday, I think. Can we go on holiday? Where's the calendar? Go on holiday. Choose. Maybe it works. Go on holiday on the 14th. Is it a soft lock? I had a soft lock. So I couldn't move past the day, right? So we already beaten the team 1-0. So we'll see whether we can go past. Apparently I'm moving. I saw in a post that they've done tweaks to AI manager recruitment. Do you think this would be better? Look. All these things hard to say. We have to play the game. Okay, the word is tweak. Remember this. Language is, these are English people writing. No, these are English people writing. What's a tweak? What's the definition of a tweak? A small change. You won't notice it. That's what I think. I think there's going to be a tweak. Yeah, to how recruitment, the AI treats recruitment strategy. Yeah, there's a tweak. Now your director of football tells you in a new user interface who are the clubs that are looking for players. That's about it, as far as I can see. Oh shit, I literally went on holiday too long. We went on holiday way too long because we had a bug, right? Ladies and gentlemen, I didn't have to pray, man. Apparently, if I don't show up, we win games. Wow. What a result from the boys, man. We're not there. We were not there. There was Victor Popov who went absolutely insane in this game. Mrcetic, full of own shoe. We traveled away and we destroyed them. Popov in, first goal, Biriglia. Demolishing this team, Popov here. And then Popov drops in a beautiful ball to Mrcetic. This is goal number 2. And then here goes Kern. Kern has options. He finds Popov again, waiting to cross. Barukov. 3. And now we go Mrcetic now. Popov, they're looking for Kern. Popov is there. He's not far away. Biriglia comes in. Spots the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper is doing terribly. That's number 4. Here comes Popov again. What a match he's been having, man. Runs through the middle all the way. Squares the ball. For Barukov, he just has to roll it in. 5-0. Apparently, this team had 17 shots as well. And they were pressing. Okay, I don't know. I didn't go to this game, so. We're going to save this game as another copy, just in case. Just in case. Because remember just now we had this issue, right? Is it harmful to sell too many players every year? Nah, no. Money is good, right, in the game? Yeah. Don't have to worry, you know. So if you have to let them go, let them go. It's better to sell the players that you don't use, I guess. If there was a big change to the recruitment strategies by the AI in Football Manager, they would have shown us the big change. As in, like, it was an AI change, or now you can maybe show it in a scenario as to how the AI has changed. Yeah. Maybe tell us show us things like it probably that would have been they have to show gameplay. Okay, so I assume they can't show us gameplay. Then they should just told us we have beefed up the AI or nerfed the AI. Or right now you're gonna find the AI does not let you get players so cheap. You're gonna go into a bidding war, and then sure, you know, the tick tock, one screen, right? Barcelona have matched the bid from Arsenal and have raised it, or something like that. You know what I mean? That's what I thought. I mean, like, make it dramatic. Then, you know, things like you might find your favorite player gets snapped up at the last possible minute in the transfer window. Things like this. Or you made an offer for a player, the player agreed, and then suddenly signed a contract with another club. It happened in real life, right? There have been so many real life scenarios of players who agreed to an offer to go to one club and then turn around and sign with another. And then the player comes out, and that would have been great. If you tell me stuff like, you know, don't expect a player that you are targeting to agree to come to your club, even or actually sign to your club, even though he's agreed to come to your club. Stuff like that, you know. See, if it had been a dramatic, so what I'm saying is, when they say we've tweaked the AI, to me it's nothing. It's like, okay, I tweak as a tweak. I tweaked my muscle. Does it mean I can't use it anymore? Or the muscle has become better? No, I tweak is a small thing. So if you read the small text and you expect big changes, that's you. I don't expect major. A lot of people, see, this is the thing, right? I'm the one that's going in saying I don't expect major changes, and I've been getting slammed for that. No, I got people coming up to me and basically saying, what kind of conspiracy are you trying to start here? I've read that one comment on my YouTube video, which was quite surprising. Apparently, I can't ask questions anymore. Then, so I haven't got, look, apparently I have to have high expectations. So I have to expect some great game to come. I'm going like, why do you want to tell me how to feel? Did you see me tell you how to feel? No, I just shared my thoughts. I never say, you can't feel what you're feeling. We live in a world where I think people get so angry with your point of view that they can't accept it. This is a very dangerous world we live in. No? My entire lifetime, right? I never thought I'd see a world where people can't respect another person's point of view. It's such a dangerous world we live in. Is this the kind of world we're moving to now? Where one man's POV is all that matters. Everybody else must follow their POV, whether or not his POV is accurate, true. So that's how I see it. So I mean, like, can't I be allowed to have my point of view? Apparently not. Which is the reason why I just like, okay, it's painful. So I'm doing my best with my kids. I tell my kids every day, you have to respect somebody else's point of view. If somebody disagrees with you, don't get angry with them. Smile. Never try and make another person change his mind. If he believes the sky is pink, you smile and walk away. Don't bother trying to change another point of view. Don't do that. Just respect their point of view. You have your point of view. You want to state it, but don't force it. Will we have players refusing to train to force a try? I hope so, man, Intanin. Yeah, I want to see that too, because the problem in Football Manager is that it's such a perfect world. There's no imperfections, no. The human nature is full of imperfections, right? But in Football Manager, we get no imperfections. Players, the only imperfection we seem to get is players refusing to train or missing training, but they don't give you the reason why. See, we do have the players not coming for training, okay, or not going for a game. We know it's there in the game, but they never give you the reason why. So why can't they just add the reason why? Hey, they don't want to make they don't want to make Kylian Mbappe angry, is it? Is that a reason why? Because Kylian Mbappe is going to turn around and say, I would never do that in real life. How dare you do that in the game? Huh? You think Kylian Mbappe is going to pick up the phone and start to sue Sports Interactive? See, that's the reason why they don't link it to the player. That's the thing. So that's why I'm disappointed. To me, Daljit took me many years to learn that life lesson. Yeah, for a lot of us, it took me many years to learn that life lesson too. Right now, when somebody has a different point of view, and I think it's wrong, I keep quiet. No, I go like, if I start and try and explain to him, this conversation is just going to get worse. I keep quiet. Let's go. Okay, that's it. The worst part is if it's a member of your own family. That is the worst. That's the hardest. To bite your lip against a member of your own family is really bad. Unless the only time I get involved is if what they're doing physically puts them in danger or my family in danger, then I get involved. Yeah, it's got to matter for me to get involved. Because I'm definitely going to stop my son from walking on. Daddy, you know what? I believe I can fly. Then he stands beside a cliff and goes, Daddy, I'm telling you, we can fly. Then he wants to, then I get involved. There's a line that I draw. Database size also plays in that. You can create a supply or demand market. Exactly, Eddie Devalis. So I see some people following guides, right? They follow this guide. Somebody puts up a guide. Okay. Start to save, and then to start to save, you got to load all these players. For example. They load all the players in the world. Like, oh, you loaded this guy. I want to load this. I want to load this. I want to load this. Yeah, I'm happy I loaded all the players. Playable leagues. 2. Maybe 6. Because they didn't go to detail level. They didn't set up the playable leagues. And after that, they complain, how come I cannot sell my players? They don't need your players. You just gave them all the players they'll ever need in their entire lifetime. Sign players for. So you gotta make a game with. So I'm expecting FM26, right? Because now it's on a Unity engine, so it's a new what is it? A new graphics engine, right? Because it's on a new graphics engine, will it be how will it run? That's why the first thing we're gonna do is benchmark holiday mode. I've got to get my benchmark tests. Never mind, I won't do it the same way. I'll take this save. Bring it onto FM26. The first thing I do is I run this save. Holiday for 1 week. Yeah, that's it. And clock. See how long it takes. Because I just want to find out. So I clock this now and I clock it. I clock the same save. Holiday for 1 week. Right? Holiday for 1 week. And then come back. Do the same thing on Football Manager 26 to find out how it does in time. That'll give me my first benchmark. Then the second one is going to be, I will load all the nations and all the players. That will be done when you're not watching. Okay, because it's going to take too long. Nobody wants to hear me talking for 25 minutes. You're going to get bored to death. The other benchmark I'll do while I'm streaming is probably going to be a shorter benchmark. Common saves you guys do. I mean, everyone does like about 80,000 players, 40 leagues, something like that. Yeah. Oh, that's probably what I'm going to do next. Hey guys, so this is the last time you see me, yeah? Let's make it more dramatic. So guys, to all in you, a fond adieu. I shall see you again. We will be getting ready for FM26. Because hindsight has taught me, it's good to be taking a break before the big day comes. Right, so I'm saving the game and I'll be uploading it to Discord. I will see you, but when I see you, if I am live on that day, hopefully the game drops. Hopefully the game drops. Okay. Can you imagine if I'm streaming? I'm like, it's like, yeah. I suspected the game was gonna drop, but you got me, baby. You got me here. I'm here and I'm waiting, and the game is not dropping. Like that could happen too. But we'll see. I think we're gonna win. Yeah, I think the game will drop, but I don't think it's gonna drop next week. Probably on the week of the 21st. Yeah, it will drop then. Most of the time it drops at about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. No, it will be an advanced access drop. It'll be an advanced access drop. Won't be a full drop. Full drop is still in November. The full drop could be earlier. Full drop might be earlier. I don't think November. I don't think it's coming on the 7th. I think it'll come out on the 5th. Yeah. Most likely it'll come out 1 or 2 days earlier. They can do that. Boom. Arrives early. Because I think they're gonna go feature lock. They'll have to feature lock soon. Yeah. And go into they'll feature lock this week. That means this is the last they are working on the game. They'll feature lock it. So what we just saw, like the recruitment, is probably going to stay there. Yeah. So I don't think there's going to be, like, if those are captured, because they wouldn't have. The other thing is these videos, they had to prepare the videos, right? They edit the videos. So that was probably last week when they were doing the thing. So a lot of the captures that you saw, they're not final. They could change. So we'll see. I think next week will be too soon. What's today's date? Today is the 9th. Nah, it won't be next week. The week after. So it gives me a clean week to get my content ready for FM26. So I want to thank all of you coming in. Okay, you guys have been sensational. We will be going off to prepare content for the FM26. Lots of work to do, man. Hopefully I can get it done. So I'll see you soon. You guys stay safe. Be good. Bye-bye.